Hi, in this video we are going to take stanza-wise explanation of the poem Keeping Quiet. It's a poem by Pablo Neruda. So before we move on to the text of the poem, let us sum up the basic themes of the poem. There are some very important themes presented very strongly in the poem, the most important of which is obsession of man with work. The poet repeatedly tells that man is excessively busy in his life. The need for introspection or contemplation in life and its usefulness for human beings is another important theme in the poem. Modern human life has many negative tendencies. This also gets indirect mention in the poem. And that human beings are obsessed with war and they are ready to destroy other human beings and they are ready to destroy nature through war is yet another theme in the poem. So now let us start discussion on the text of the poem. We have to keep in mind that in this poem every stanza has a clear superficial meaning as well as many deeper meanings too. So I will be discussing the superficial meanings as well as the deeper meanings for each line. The video may go a bit longer because of that. The poet begins by saying, "And now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still." So apparently the poet is simply suggesting an activity to the reader that for some time everyone will be still, keeping quiet. So everyone will keep quiet. Everyone will forget about work. So apparently this is a very simple activity that the poet has suggested to the reader. But there are some very significant things that have to be noticed here, particularly for the students of literature. The poet is counting to 12, not to 10 or 3. Usually when someone says that he is going to count till a particular number, then the number would be 10 or 3. But here we can see that the poet is deliberately counting till 12 because 12 is very closely associated to clock, which shows 12 numbers, and clock is very closely associated to time. So indirectly the poet is telling the reader that although he is suggesting this activity to be a very short activity, but the readers or in general every human being should make this activity a normal routine, a part of the daily life. So he's trying to emphasize the need to make contemplation regular part of life, and the reference here is the clock, which shows 12 as number. Now the word keeping still or keeping quiet, as the title suggests, apparently seems to be a simple activity that we would be still for some time, but it exposes some major themes in the poem about which the poet is very serious. He says that modern man is obsessed with busyness and the busyness is distorting his relationships, his relationship with himself, his relationship with nature, as well as his relationship with other human beings. So that is why it is very important to keep still. Another important idea that the poet gives is that human beings are so obsessed with work that keeping still is not going to be a simple activity for modern human beings, but it is going to be something very difficult to execute. The next stanza says, "For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much." So again, a different apparent meaning and very meaningful deeper meaning. The apparent meaning is that for once let us be quiet. So let us not speak for a moment and let us not move our arms also. So let us be sitting peacefully for some time. But when we see these words deeply and we try to understand what the poet is actually trying to do, the poet firstly is trying to expose the negative tendencies of human life, and secondly is also telling what is important for human beings to change the negative situation that they find themselves in. So there is a particular stress on not speaking in any language. The poet could have simply said that let's not speak for a moment, but the poet particularly mentions let's not speak in any language. So language here is symbolic of the means of discrimination. Human beings find different ways of discriminating against other human beings. Sometimes it is on the basis of language, sometimes it is on the basis of race, sometimes caste, sometimes color, sometimes financial conditions, sometimes some other reasons. So language here symbolizes all those means of discrimination. So basically the poet on the one hand is exposing the negative tendency of human beings to discriminate against other human beings, and on the other hand is also suggesting the need to forget about discrimination. So this exposes the negative tendencies of human beings indirectly. So we have to keep this in mind as well, that the poet, his style is such that the poet is not mentioning the negative tendencies of human beings directly, but is exposing them very clearly through indirect terms, through references, through symbolic significances of different words. Now moving arms is another thing that we can notice being stressed in this stanza. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. So moving arms has been stressed upon intentionally, and there is a use of a very strong literary device in these lines, that is pun. So pun means when one word means two different things and both the meanings are applicable in the given context. So here the word arms refers to our hands. So when the poet refers to our hands, the poet is suggesting that we should forget about work for the time being, and the other meaning of arms is weapons. So when the poet is referring towards weapons, then the poet is again indirectly pointing towards human tendency to create war and is suggesting that human beings should forget about war. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would be all we would all be together in a certain strangeness. So the poet tells us that if this is realized, if all the readers follow my instructions, then it would be a beautiful scene, it would be a great situation for human beings, and everyone would be together in a certain strangeness. So even if we consider the apparent meaning of these lines, through the apparent meaning also, the poet is telling how important it is for us to be peaceful for some time, to forget about work for some time, because we can feel together with other human beings, our fellow human beings, only if we are not busy, only if for some time we are free from our obsession for work. Now there is a particular intention behind using the word exotic and the word strangeness. So the poet says that it would be an exotic moment, exceptionally beautiful moment. Why is the poet mentioning it as an exotic moment? Because it is something that human beings have not seen for decades. Human beings have been busy for so many years that if everyone is still, that would be something unbelievable. That will be something exceptionally beautiful. So that is why the poet mentions that it would be an exotic moment. Now rush and engines, again there are two words which are very closely associated to each other. Both points towards the same busyness of work. So the use of words like exotic, strangeness, and the relation between the words rush and engines, they intensify the consciousness for human beings' obsession for busyness. They clearly tells that human beings are exceptionally busy, and that is why their life is not as it should be. Now these words also point out how difficult it is to perform the simple activity suggested by the poet. The simple activity where the readers or human beings in general have to find some free moments for themselves. So this is something that is not possible for human beings to realize. The connection between the words like rush and engine, I have already mentioned that they intensify the idea that human beings are concerned, always concerned only to work, and human life is nothing but business because human beings are surrounded by engines. And this is almost a repetition of the word. Engine and rush are almost synonymous to one another in the context where the poet has used them. So these words also indirectly points towards man's obsession for business. All be together. Now the phrase points towards the need for human beings to feel brotherhood towards other human beings. So all be together, that is sort of an impossibility in modern human life because all human beings are always busy with work. So such phrases get repeated throughout the poem, and the poet keeps on pointing towards the lack of brotherhood, the lack of closeness between different human beings. So it again shows how urgent it is to change the human attitude, and the only way to change the human attitude is to follow the activity that the poet is suggesting, that we should forget about work for some time, and we should find ample time from our routine to be free from concern for work and to think about improving our relationship with our fellow human beings.